Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. I'm Alex Reed, your DM here for Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast. Today, our characters are going to go around and answer a question about themselves. This week's question is, has your character ever been in love?
I suppose I shall go first.
Take it away, Reg.
Hi, I'm Reggie Morris. I play Brakka Olton, the Kobold Artificer. Very easy answer, no. Just quick, easy answer.
Very
No.
easy answer. No.
He doesn't understand what it is to begin with, so just nah.
Yeah. Hi, this is Alex Groves. I play Aegard, the Firbolg Druid. Has Aegard ever been in love? Aegard was almost kind of betrothed to someone, which is also kind of scandalous in why he ran out in the middle of the night and left his people. He didn't. I guess he kind of felt like he was supposed to love someone, but he realized that he didn't have any feelings for them, and he was on a path that basically was something he couldn't stop. And he knew if he stayed, he would just be in a life that he didn't want. So, has he ever actually been in love? No, because he doesn't really know. He doesn't know what love is.
Hey guys, it's Connor Joyner. I play Ibron Ironmane, the Leonin Ranger. Ibron has been in love. So, but unfortunately, his love was forbidden because it was from another pride. And unfortunately, it was from a pride that the Ironmane pride wasn't very friendly with. And he thought that their love might actually help bring the prides together. But unfortunately, it was not to be.
Hey guys, this is Jessica Reed. I play Kadie, a Dragonborn fighter. Katie's actually in love right now. She didn't realize it until the night that she snuck out of the monastery, but it's kind of her driving force right now.
Previously on Cocked, a Real Play D&D podcast, the party was hot on the heels of Ashoud as they chased him in the direction of Guamora. As the party followed a path, they noticed an odd shape protruding from the trees with smoke coming out of it. The party paused, discussing if they wanted to investigate or press on. We shifted to Ibron, waking up hog-tied on the second floor of a Victorian-style hut. As he looked around, he noticed signs of captives and other creatures that appeared to be lifeless around him. As he struggled at his bonds, he heard footsteps heading in his direction. A hideous hag appeared coming up from the stairs, who revealed that she was in fact Ashoud the whole time. Before Ibron could react, she put him back to sleep, and we picked back up where we left off with the party discussing how to proceed. So we'll go back to the road. Aegard, Brakka, and Kadie are standing at the edge of the Violet Woods, looking in that direction of the smoke coming off the odd shape.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
We said we were going to investigate quickly, so we'll start moving.
Heading that way.
But, I mean, probably we want to keep quiet. I mean, we'll be stealthy, probably. Just not knowing.
How high is the grass over here?
It's not really... So there is grass that approaches the Violet Woods, but once you get into the woods, it's more brush in between trees.
Right.
But it's not heavily brushed.
Right.
Like there's some spots here and there, but you could kind of weave your way through without having to cut through bushes and make a ton of noise. You'd be able to maneuver. If you're trying to go stealth, go ahead and make a group stealth check for me.
Oh gosh.
That's gonna be a 4.
16.
13.
Brakka hits every possible twig. That's
Pine cones, everything.
So, as it's shocking to Aegard and Kadie how loud Brakka can be. And at the beginning, Brakka is stepping on twigs, kicking pine cones, rubbing up against brush.
So Aegard, frustrated a little bit still from the night before, looks at Aegard, or looks at Brakka, and then looks at Kadie, and just points at Kadie, then points at Brakka, and just mouths, "Pick him up."
Oh, Brakka, come here, so that way we can move a little bit quicker. And I'll pick him up.
Okay.
And put him on my shoulder. Aegard is scaring Kadie right now. She's
Well, he's not being mean. He's just like,
No,
you know,
I know.
he's very determined right now. So he's not being jovial
It's-
and everything.
it's a different
Sure.
side of Aegard that she hasn't necessarily.
He's worried about Ibron.
Right, of course. Understandable.
So you guys continue on.
Mhm.
You're able to move pretty stealth now with Brakka on Katie's shoulders, making less noise.
With that old Iron Foot Brakka behind us. I'm tiny.
That's exactly what he was saying, too.
Oh
Every
my God.
step.
I would say because you have them following either Brakka, since you're up on Katie's shoulders and you can see a little further, you could assist or roll your own perception with Aegard in front, trying to look to find a way to give him advantage. And Kadie, you can go ahead and just do a straight roll, or you can all three roll.
I'll just give Aegard advantage.
So Aegard, you would have advantage on perception to find the path.
Okay. That's either a 19 or a 26.
Okay.
Perception 19.
19? So 19, 26. You guys both pick up pretty quickly on what looks like it's not a well-traveled path, but it definitely looks like somebody would have had to kind of carve it out to get through here.
Right.
And it does feel like it's very windy. It's not a straight line, but it continues heading the north direction where you guys saw the smoke come from, but it does weave quite a bit. And as you get closer, you guys do notice different markings and things on the tree.
Can we investigate the markings?
Absolutely.
Okay. As soon
What
as
type of
I
check would
can.
that be to like know if it's in like a certain type of language, like history?
I would say investigation first to look at it, and then
Can I assist them with the investigation?
yeah, if you want to assist, that's fine.
13.
13. So you you are able to kind of pull something from it, but it doesn't seem like a language. It seems more like a symbol that you're seeing, and it looks more like a symbol of the moon, but it's not a full moon. It's like a crescent moon.
Do we feel like it's a warning?
That or like it has some religious
Yeah.
significance.
As you're moving, you feel like it's more a marked pathway than it is a religious symbol, because it's just a sliver, just like the right side of a crescent moon.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's just carved. And originally you guys didn't notice them, but as the path goes on, you start to see that where it turns and continues, that's usually where a mark is, almost like it's signifying that you're on the correct path.
Okay.
Since can Aegard do a history check then, or a religion check to see if he can recall ever seeing this or knowing what this might be?
You could roll a history check on it.
Could Brakka do the same?
You could, yes.
You want to do the same, or do you want one of us to assist the other?
So you can roll a straight one. You can roll with advantage because it is. You'll see if you get it.
I got a 13.
Got a dirty 20.
Brakka, you feel like it is a marker of a path. Aegard, you begin to remember, and it comes back kind of in flashes, not necessarily all at once, but you remember texts, and you have to think for a moment, and you kind of stop everybody, and for a couple minutes, you're kind of standing there looking at it, tracing with your finger, and you start to remember that this is a symbol of an ancient coven from the Fae. That is
Okay.
something that it's a reason that your people left the Golden Fang Forest, is because this coven tried to start to come through at the Golden Fang Forest,
Uh-huh.
and hundreds of years ago, when your people left the Golden Fang Forest, the Order of the Bloodhawks had come in and helped your people get rid of the coven and get them out of the Golden Fang Forest, but Aegard's ancestor, I believe, was actually the leader of the tribe at the time. Aegard's ancestor felt that it would be safer to leave the Golden Fang Forest and head to the Manacroft Forest. And that was one of the great migrations of your people.
Okay. Did the coven have a name?
The Sisters of Night.
Okay. And do these carvings look like they're fresh or maybe old? Like have they been there for a very long time? Or
Make a nature check on it.
okay. 17.
They haven't been there for longer than a month. They look relatively
Okay.
fresh. They don't look like they were just made,
Uh-huh.
but they haven't had time to kind of weather over, in a sense.
Okay, Aegard's going to kind of usher everyone back a little bit, like maybe 10, 15 feet back, just to make a little distance back in the direction where we came.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll explain to you guys, I'm remembering my people have history with a group known as the Sisters of Night, the Coven. And the symbols seem very fresh, so we may be coming upon one of, some of them, or, maybe one of their homes or something. But this is the reason why my people left and settled back in the Manacroft Forest. So we may be coming across this coven.
Mm-hmm.
So do we keep going or turn back? Kind of seems like it's up to you.
Are they dangerous?
They are quite dangerous. Don't know what it is we're walking into. These markings do not look old, but I could be wrong. I don't want to put you in any danger, but I feel as though I need to look into this more. This is not something that we have even heard of in generations.
Oh, that's
So if they have returned, this is something that I need to look into and then, see what can be done.
I mean, if we need to go forward, I'm here. I'll follow. Brakka, how do you feel?
Oh, I don't care.
We can.
The decision seems like it's up to you. It has the most relevancy with you.
I am moving forward regardless. It is up to you whether you want to follow.
Yeah, we'll be behind you. Well,
Okay.
beside you.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah. Why
Continue.
don't you maybe stay 10 feet or so back? Just so I don't want to put us in the same, in case I were to run into something. It's up to you.
5 feet behind you is fine. I don't want to be too far where we can't get in there, and I don't want to have to, football toss Brakka to you. So
Yeah. So Aegard, after conferring with everyone, turns and moves forward.
Wait,
But before you guys move forward... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, wait, Aegard. And Brakka's going to, quickly, shuffle to the side and pull out the, brighter orange vial that he made this morning and hand it to you.
Okay.
If we have to fight, that'll probably help you, kind of bolster you a little bit.
Is this something that I drink or throw at someone?
Drink.
Okay.
Oh.
It's very important to know.
The differences.
The effect lasts for around a minute, so probably use it before we get into a fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So before you guys move forward, everybody go ahead and make a nature check real quick.
Oh, crap.
16.
11.
12.
So 12 or higher.
Oh!
You do notice that
I don't know what noise that was.
wildlife is... It's not as prevalent as it was when you first entered the Violet Woods. You guys have been traveling for about 30 minutes, a half hour, 40 minutes, and it has started to thin out. Okay. So it was pretty prevalent in the first half hour, but now it started to seem a little more scarce, and the trees and the brush seem to be a little more, not dead in a sense, but like the life is being pulled out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys continue on.
Okay.
Go ahead and make...
Being stealthy.
Okay, go ahead and make another stealth check.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
15.
8.
Is Brakka still on your shoulders?
Yeah. Oh, is
Okay.
that advantage or
No, that would be disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's still just an 8.
An 8? Okay, well that averages out to about a 12. A 15 and an 8. That's close enough.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Okay.
So you guys are able to maneuver without making too much noise. It takes you another 15 minutes. And at this point you guys are approaching, you see what looks like a
Victorian hut.
that there is a clearing about 10 feet in front of you. You guys can make a perception check if you want to see what you can see through the trees. Without
19.
Okay.
I got a 9. Man, the duality from this session and last
Oh my
session.
god, when you were Magic 20 Man. And then him, all the 20s he was getting that last one that got published.
That's a big old 9.
6.
I got a 19. But I'm in front,
Okay.
so.
So,
That makes sense.
as the party approaches the source of the smoke through the trees, you realize that there are not many animals anymore in this area. As you are getting close to this clearing, it looks like the trees have now drastically had a lot of the life sucked out of them. The wildlife noises are slim at all. You might hear a couple movements. As you get to about 10 feet of the clearing, you notice a Victorian-style hut in the middle of the fort, in the middle of the woods. You see that the second story is a little bit larger than the first, so there's an overhang, and that overhang has what looks like a cobblestone ground around it, almost like it's like a wraparound cobblestone porch. And you're looking at the roof. It is a thatch roof. And then coming up to the top there, you can see a chimney on the far right side, and you see the copper cone-shaped object that you guys felt like you saw from the road. As you look up, Aegard, you're the only one that notices this, but you see what appears to be a blue and black bird sitting at the apex of the front of the house on the thatch roof.
Okay. I mean, do I get anything from that bird?
Could Brakka do an Arcana check to see if that's a familiar?
Well, you didn't
Brakka
roll.
doesn't see it
Oh,
yet.
right. Yeah, never mind. I was about to say if he saw it. Never mind.
And just so you guys know, if you want to look it up, I'm modeling it after a spangled Katinga. I looked up colorful birds and found one.
I got kicked there once. It hurts. Okay. So, there's a couple of things that Aegard would like to do. So, if anybody else wants to do anything. Not sure what that noise was I just heard.
That was me rolling a d20.
Well, no, I don't. That's too far a distance. Okay, so I'm going to scoot back a little bit to where you guys are and say I'm going to try and see if the coven is here at this house.
Okay.
So if you could stay here just for now, or you can, and he'll point out obviously the house. I'm going to approach the house and see who might be there.
If there's no wildlife around, I feel like it'd be kind of weird for a random animal to approach this house.
Oh, I won't be an animal. And then I use my Furbog magic to cast Disguise Self. I can do that once per short rest. So basically I become, my skin is now pale, like human color. I'm a foot shorter, and my clothing kind of changes. So
Okay.
it's just like traveler's clothing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm still what, like 7 feet tall. So I'm still tall, but I'm a foot shorter than I was, and just look obviously different.
Right.
Yeah.
Just don't get yourself killed or anything.
Keep an eye on me, please.
Yeah, I don't know if you should go by yourself. We can follow along and
I don't want to, I'd rather surprise them with numbers than give them 3 targets, if that makes sense.
Understand. Okay.
So are you approaching?
Yes, but Aegard is going to kind of hunch over too to make himself a little bit shorter. And 1 second, I haven't thought all this all the way through.
That's all right.
How far away will he be from us, from Brakka and I?
So the edge of the clearing is about 10 feet from you. And then the Victorian-style hut sits about 80 feet into the clearing. It does look like it's more in the middle of the clearing. You do see a creek that runs through it and behind.
He says crick. if he doesn't correct
I
himself.
got you. Yeah.
That runs behind the hut.
So I'm going to enter into the clearing, hunched over, and start saying, Brakka! Brakka! And like I'm searching for something.
So as you clear the tree line,
Uh-huh.
you notice that the bird that was perched at the apex was looking to its right. Its head snaps around and looks at you, and it darts down, flying, darts right above the thatch roof and in through a window right there. It's gone for about 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
And then it flies out and lands right back up on the apex and just looks directly at you.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's probably about, I'd say it was 80 feet centered. It's probably about 60 feet from you at this point.
Okay. And I'm going to continue just not really going straight towards the house, but kind of around and eventually making myself to, but I'm calling out for Brakka. Just because that's a name that Aegard knows.
How close do you get to the house?
I approach the house.
Okay.
Eventually. I'm not making like an obvious, like, here I go, straight to the house. But Aegard is kind of making it like a wide around through the clearing and then to the house.
Okay.
Brakka is going to kind of silently say to Kadie, something that's kind of weirding me out right now is just kind of how silent it is over there. And if it's a coven, that normally means there's a decent amount of people involved.
More than one, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a coven if there's just one person. And that kind of makes me think that they might be out and about, in this forest, maybe around us already. So I don't exactly think we're safe right now. So
you guys had your chance to leave.
I mean, I'm not gonna leave. I mean, we're already in the thick of it.
Did you know that in Furbolg, coven translates to dragon?
Oh my god!
There's a puff of smoke where Brakka was standing.
Oh my god! I do have a question because we didn't do this. Can we? I don't know if a dragonborn can really do this, but can we hide? Like, can we see a tree near us that we can kind of make sure we're behind, but still in line of sight of?
You can make a stealth check. You can sneak up to the edge of the clearing to keep Aegard in your view and try to hide behind the trees.
Oh, that's probably not going to do it. 11.
Okay.
Oh, Brakka will do a stealth check as well.
Are you off of my shoulders now?
I mean, I never said I was, so I guess I'm probably still on your shoulders.
I mean, you can come off of them now if you want to, but I mean, you can come down from. You can get down.
You may depart my shoulders.
Get down on it.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
gosh.
I
Cut
mean,
that.
Brakka never said he was like leaving Katie's shoulder, so he'll just stay up there.
Okay, so you would just take her 11.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof. But I do want to be in line of sight to where if I see anything happen, can I like just start dashing towards
Yeah,
him?
you can hold your movement to where if you see anything, you can run towards Aegard.
Okay.
Brakka is like just trying his absolute best to just pay attention to his direct surroundings.
So for Aegard,
Aw.
you're walking around
Trying
calling
so
for
hard.
Brakka, and you just notice out of the corner of your eye this Scooby-Doo heads popping around the tree from the clearing, looking at you.
Oh my god! What?
Your head pops around, Brakka's on your shoulder, so his head leans with it. So there's Katie's head and Brakka's head
love
right
it.
above.
It's like a really, it's like a really dark, like bark tree too, and
Yeah.
this,
Oh,
this
no.
white dragonborn head.
Bright
And then the
white
purple
and
one above it.
purplish. Oh gosh.
So
We
as
tried.
as you get within 40 feet
Oh
of
gosh, okay.
the
It's a big clearing then. I didn't
the
think it was
house.
a big.
Yeah, so it was 80 feet
80
from the
feet.
edge
I'm
of the
sorry, I
clearing
missed
to the house,
Yep.
and the house is kind of equidistant all around.
Okay.
So you get about 40 feet away from it, and You pause. Make a perception check real quick.
10.
You hear noises coming from the house. You don't necessarily have time to react instantly, but 2 large spiders come from each side of the house and start to run towards you.
Oh.
And it's at that point that we will roll initiative. I will give you your movement action to
Yeah, because
run
Kadie
out.
would run towards spiders. No, that's what would happen.
Yeah,
Well,
Aegard-
would you-
Aegard
would
is on
you-
his own.
you-
No, it's fine. I'm running.
Well, hang on. I'll ask you. You did say you were going to, if anything
Yeah.
happened to Aegard, you were going to run to him.
Well,
So do you want to hesitate or would you use your movement? They
I
are 2
mean,
spiders. What
they're-
would Kadie do?
do they look? Would I be able to perceive that they're hostile?
They are large spiders moving towards Aegard.
I don't know what that means. Does it seem like Aegard is taking like a bit of a step back? Like, ooh, what's going on?
I don't know. What does Aegard do when he sees them come around the house before initiative?
Hold on. Let me, what would Aegard do?
Picture it.
Okay. Aegard would stay in his current character and throw up his hands like, "Oh no! I'm looking for my son! Help!"
Yeah, Kadie wouldn't be able to decipher if that's like him just acting or scared, so she'd start running.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
It's a 21 for Brakka.
That's what Aegard got to.
Dang.
21.
Gosh, Kadie is just not on par
What's your
today.
dex?
I was going to say, do
14.
you guys want to roll these or do you have dex?
17.
17? Okay.
14. Come on.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
What did Kadie get?
8.
Okay, give me 1 second.
When you say large spiders, do you mean like they're bigger than normal spiders, or they are large?
They're bigger than normal spiders.
So-
They're
okay.
they're medium-sized beasts.
Uh-huh.
They're large spiders, but they're not a large monster.
So they're like
Gotcha.
still man-sized then,
Yes.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, enough still to elicit some
And you
shit.
see they don't look like naturally colored spiders. They are darker with this purplish hue that runs through them, but they're very dark. And as the sun comes up, you can tell they more than likely come from underground because they do not look like they have any type of natural camouflage or anything to blend into the surroundings.
Right.
They look like they
They're just subterranean.
they would be something you would see when you were in the mountains.
Okay.
Yep.
They would look like something Brakka would see when Brakka was in the mountains. Aegard, you are up first.
Okay.
They used their movement from the house. They got within 10 feet of you.
Okay. So I'm not in their threat zone then.
Not yet.
Okay. Aegard is then going to, again, trying to stay. He's trying to. He doesn't feel as though this is the threat, possibly, that's here. I mean, spiders coming out of a oddly placed house just seems a little strange to him in the middle of the woods.
So they didn't come out of it. They came around the back side of it.
Oh, I thought they came out of it. Okay.
Nope. So they were kind of. It looked like they were almost patrolling. And when one
Okay.
saw you and took off, the other one took off as well.
Okay, same thing still. He's going to just basically yell and move back 30 feet
Okay.
and just be like, "Oh my God, help, help, no, don't. I'm just looking for my son." Screaming towards the house, basically. And then I'm going to hold an action.
Okay.
If one of the spiders gets within 5 feet of me, they're going to attack me.
Yeah, in melee range.
Right. I'm going to Thunder Wave.
Okay. Make a perception check as you move backwards with disadvantage because you're moving,
Okay.
but you are looking towards the house.
So that's a dirty 20. The other one's 21.
Okay. You see a hooded figure appear in the window on the second floor,
Uh-huh.
and as you're backing up,
Yeah.
they turn and disappear back into the home.
Okay.
But you do see that something moved inside the hut.
Sure. Okay.
Brakka, you're up.
I mean, Brakka's on Katie's shoulder. Did we start to run?
Yes.
And Kadie, you ran 30 feet in, correct?
Correct.
So you get to about where I would say you get right next to Aegard, because he moved backwards. So
okay.
I would say as you were running in, he was moving backwards, and you guys met where he stopped. Because I don't think. Well, actually, I'll ask you: would you run past Aegard?
No, I'm running to Aegard and.
Okay.
Aegard, I found Brakka. I found him, so we can go to the trail.
So we'll use that as your held action, so you can talk as a free action, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to have that conversation, go ahead real quick, just a brief conversation, and then Brakka, you'll be up for your action.
Aegard, he wasn't expecting this.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was
No, it's fine. Aegard will just be like,
It looks like he's hurt. I think he might have stepped on something poisonous. I don't know.
well, we got out of here. There's these spiders.
Oh, God. Oh, I didn't even see those.
Brakka is looking around.
Should we do
visually.
performance?
It's like
Because
the
this is
worst
just
community
chef's
theater
kiss.
ever.
I do want both of you to roll a performance.
I just
check.
thought that too. I was like, oh god, this is. By heavens, there's spiders.
Oh my stars!
Ugh. Well, at 13, so.
11.
Okay, hang on. Were you gonna say something, Connor?
Question: can I hear them outside?
Nope, you're out cold.
Okay.
Oh,
I was-
dang.
Because if I wasn't, I was going to use Daunting Roar and shatter the windows so that way they
Oh,
know.
dang.
I
He hasn't
almost,
woken up yet?
No,
I almost used it on
A little bit ago, yeah.
the creepy witch lady, but I wasn't quite sure.
yeah, they wouldn't have been able to hear it because at that point they were still traversing to find
Yeah.
the hut. I would say
Yeah.
you've probably been out for about 20 minutes now since she put you out last time. So, but you're not aware of this. You're still
Okay.
out cold right now. So the spiders rolled a 2. So
Okay.
they believe this performance.
Yay!
Brakka, you are up.
Brakka
Oh,
is
we both bow.
Yes.
Brakka's looking around, visually confused.
Brakka, act hurt. Just grab your foot or something. Like, I'm trying to...
He's just gonna kind of like squint and like blink a few times and look back at Aegard and Kadie.
This is where we will end this week's episode as Aegard, Kadie, and Brakka are approaching a strange hut in the middle of a clearing. The party is approached by 2 large spiders and try to play it off as though Kadie and Aegard were searching for Brakka the whole time. While this week's episode is short, it does seem to be setting up for a rather large showdown, as Aegard saw some movement from the Victorian-style hut in the clearing while backing away from the spiders. Thank you to all of our friends and fellow adventurers who have been listening to the adventure along the way. We are very thankful to have such amazing listeners and fans all around the world. The next few weeks, we will be taking a small break from the main campaign and running a fun adventure DM'd and written by Alex Groves, who plays Aegard in the main campaign. This adventure runs alongside the New Year's holiday. For the next few weeks, we will follow along with the ship's crew as they race against time to deliver some precious cargo and survive the high seas. If you haven't gotten the chance, please take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe to our cast's Instagram accounts. Details and links will be provided in the episode description. A very big and special thank you to the continued support from our Patreon subscribers. We are still working to create some unique and special content for our Patreon-only supporters. If you're interested in further supporting the show, please follow the Patreon link in the episode description. These funds will be used solely to make the show even better than it already is. Tune in next week as we follow the crew of the Raspiante as they traverse the high seas under the command of Captain Turgosa. We will resume the main campaign and pick up where we left off after this holiday adventure. Happy holidays to all, and we hope you all find joy and happiness as we sail into this new year.